Despite the Supreme Court already ruling that he can't be a dictator and use your tax dollars, that's all of us, to pay off millions of student loan debt, he's going to try and do it anyway. And he's not even hiding it.
From day one, my administration has been committed to fixing the broken student loan system and making sure higher education is a ticket to the middle class, not a barrier. My administration has approved debt cancellation for 4 million Americans through various actions. And today, I'm announcing new plans that would cancel student debt for millions more. In total, these plans would cancel some or all student debt for 30 million Americans when combined with everything we've done so far. To find out how these plans may impact you, visit studentaid.gov.
Yeah, they're going to impact all of us. So you heard it correctly, millions of student loan debt erased, and we are all going to be the ones picking up the tab while Biden tries to, we all know what he's doing. He's buying up votes. But how is this even legal? Joining us live now to weigh in is author, constitutional attorney, and former U.S. Navy JAG officer Don Brown, back with us in the House. So Don, I mean, talk about a two-tiered system of justice. We're talking about 70% of all federal student loan debt reduced thanks to taxpayers, all of us, after SCOTUS struck down a similar action by Biden last summer. I mean, is Joe going to get away with it?
He will unless he is impeached and removed from office. The law is, first of all, the federal government's got no business in the education business. It's not part of Article 1, Section 8. The Department of Education should be abolished, but that's a separate question. In these cases, you're looking at loans either directly given by the federal government or that are backed up by the federal government. And the legislation authorizing all that, none of that gave the executive, the president, the right to simply cancel a loan or to cancel debt. And some of these are private debts that are guaranteed by the federal government. It is a dictatorial matter that is totally unconstitutional. Unfortunately, there's no criminal provision against it, but this is grounds for impeaching him. And our Republicans in the House are going to make an issue of it as far as I'm concerned. We don't have the votes to make it happen. Won't get through the Senate, but it is an impeachable offense, if you ask me.
Will there be any lawsuits brought by the states or anyone that can challenge this? Will they even have enough time to do that before the election?
Well, probably. Let me see. Here we are in April, I guess. The election's in November. There may be time for certain lenders who have lost their guarantees, if that's the way it boils down, to bring an action against the federal government. But soon the federal government's easier said than done. Ordinarily has sovereign immunity. You've got to find a waiver to sovereign immunity, maybe under what we call the Contracts Act or something like that. So yes, Tara, I think there will be some time, and I think it probably is going to potentially open up some suits to the extent that private federal debt, which was guaranteed, is no longer going to be guaranteed, and then that'll let kids go or adults default on loans. So it probably will result in some sort of explosion of litigation. But it opens up so many cans of worms. It's impossible to see what's going to pop through the dam now that there's so many holes in the dam, where it's going to come from. We'll probably be on this show again in a month or so talking about some of the fallout from it. But it's one of the most dictatorial things Biden has done. He's done a lot of things dictatorial. This probably takes the cake.